All right, guys, welcome to Tony B Hunting Figs. Decided I'd bring you guys another quick unboxing. Finally was able to find this Iron Man statue from issue 256. So we could take a look at it right there. Now, I'm hoping that the next one they come out with, maybe they'll have maybe a Hawkeye next, and then maybe after Hawkeye, maybe a Black Widow, just so we can complete the Avengers. At least for me, that's what I want. So we could take a look at the packaging. You can see the detail there with the smoke. As you know, it says there, in space, no one can hear you die. And what I like about this is that they pretty much detailed the suit to really make it look like armor. Then the cover that looks like a regular suit, so you have the cover of the comic there, and then the back has a bigger image of what the issue looks like. So let's crack this out the box and have a better look. All right, guys, so first things first, we have the comic, which is Iron Man issue 256, and it's done by one of my favorite artists, the great John Romita Jr. Of course, it says in it, in space no one can hear you die. And of course, you have the art here by the legendary John Romita Jr. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun reading through this issue, and I believe this issue came out, let's see if it has the year. It doesn't have the year that it came out. That's interesting. I thought it normally does. Let's see. Oh, 1990. See, the year is kind of blurry, but so issue 256, 1990. See what it has in the back. So far I do have that Hulk, I do have that Wolverine on the left, and I'm still on the lookout for that bonus edition Wolverine, which I haven't seen. And then of course we have the other McFarlane statues, which I already have, with the exception of this Captain America, and of course the other statues that you've probably already seen. And if you saw my other video, we did the review of that excellent Thor, which again it's great. That I love what they did with that cloth cape, so that was pretty awesome. All right, and it's funny because I think they made a mistake on my package, because they ended up issuing me 2 trading cards, which I thought was hilarious. I thought maybe one was autographed and I got lucky, but no, they were both the same. So here's the back if you want to pause it and read it. And it says, synopsis: things go haywire when Tony Stark visits an old abandoned Stark space station. Things get even worse when AIM technology sends the station hurtling towards Earth. AIM sounds familiar. I think they used that. Did they use that in the movie, one of the movies? I believe so. But there you have it. Again, cover of the great John Romita Jr. And I'm going to plug that and file that in my other trading card book that I have. All right, guys. So last and certainly not least, the actual statue of Iron Man. Now, again, like I said, what I love about this statue is the detail that they did. The detail that they put into the actual costume. As you see, they put like these lines through it, like the detail, to actually make the armor look like armor, unlike on the comic cover, which, you know, it looks like a regular, you know, they're used to just drawing it to make it look almost like it's spandex. I mean, obviously use your imagination and it's armor, but I like the way that they kind of like updated it by putting in those grooves into the armor to actually make it look mechanical. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Again, you can look at the hand there. Now, it didn't come with the blast effects, which would have been kind of awesome if they would have threw in again. You see the blast effects on both his arms, and his left hand has that kind of orb around it, and the right hand is shooting. That would have been awesome. But I like what they did with the smoke coming out of his boots. So they kind of, I guess, use their imagination of how it will look. So I like all the details there. Take another look. And this actually has some weight to it. Again, man, I mean, so far so good. He's been hitting it out the park. Now this comes assembled already, so you don't have to assemble it. It already comes inside this little hook or stand, as you will, with this little platform there. So I don't know if it's like the jet propulsion or what you would call that. But there's the detail from behind. You see the detail in the leg and the detail in the back of the armor. All that extra detail that they put in his armor to really make it look like armor. It kind of reminds me of the actual Iron Man suit from the first Iron Man. From that Iron Man, one of the greatest MCU movies that started it all. But yeah, and like I said, it actually has some weight to it. It actually has some heft to it. So it doesn't feel like it's cheap, you know. And that's what I'm loving about the McFarlane statues. Again, this one was $49.99, and I did find this at one of my Walmarts. I have yet to see this at GameStop. I'm not sure if GameStop is gonna have it, and I have not seen this yet at any of my Best Buys or Targets. And just a size comparison, because I have the Gladiator Hulk from Diamond Selects or Selects, so they're almost kind of the same size. Now, if I had to guess, and I don't have a ruler with me, I would say this is probably 12 inches. Yeah, because if I make regular McFarlane figures, usually 7 inches, this is probably about 12 inches. But like I said, the color is very good. It pops. The red really shines. It has like a glossy touch to it. So it really makes it look like armor. And like I said, the detail in the yellows really makes it look like armor plating. And the propulsion, the gas, the smoke really looks really nice around here. And like I said, it really has some weight to it. It really feels like an official statue. It really feels like if nobody knew anything about McFarlane statues, they would think that you probably paid a couple $100 for this. Like, this is like something comparable to what you would see at like your local toy store or comic book shop. And also, of course, with all of them, you know, it also comes with the little dial that's supposed to match the comic book cover if you want to display it. And I've been having fun with these to use for figure photography for some of them. So that's how basically it will look, and it looks pretty awesome, as you can see. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you're gonna pick this up. I definitely say you should. It's a major go. I'm so happy that it looks like my Avengers cast is coming together with these 1/16 scale statues, and I hope that sooner or later they come out with maybe a Black Widow, maybe a Hawkeye, and maybe even like an Ant-Man. And now I'm thinking about getting that Spider-Man if I can even find it again. But yeah, that is the review. Hopefully you liked it. Just hit that like or subscribe, and I hope to see you on the next one. See you on that hunt. Peace.